Alright, so in the last vlog, we talked about what my schedule is now as a working, somewhat structured married guy. That's typically how my day goes. But I also thought to give you guys a little bit of perspective, it would be fun to give you an insight on what my work schedule used to be like. I'm not in the same place I was back before I was married, but give you guys a little idea of the schedule I used to have before I was locked into that structure that I showed you recently. So the day starts at midnight.
There's tobacco and marijuana in there. That's all it is.
Is it because I wake up at midnight? No. I've been up for hours. I've been up probably since 1 p.m. And I'm probably either working on a video late at night or watching videos late at night. And typically the best way for me to go back to sleep back then was to turn on enough videos that eventually I got tired and I will just pass out with YouTube playing and fall asleep right on the couch I was watching TV on around 5 a.m. and then I'll be out for a good 8 hours or so. Good night. Now it's 2 or 3 p.m. and I'm waking up in bed. I don't know how I got in bed. I remember falling asleep on the couch, but now it's 2 or 3 in the afternoon and I'm awake. So I figure now is probably a good time to get lunch, so I hop out of bed and likely make my way to the nearest fast food restaurant. Sometimes it's McDonald's, sometimes it's Taco Bell. Depends on what type of unhealthy food I'm into that day. After eating a super unhealthy and likely overpriced meal, that's when I'm typically looking over Twitter, Discord, checking in with the fans, seeing what type of news there is to talk about, and then I'll make my way to wherever my computer is and start watching either more YouTube videos or at least start looking for a topic. And occasionally I will make a video in the evening, film one, maybe edit it, or decide to delay it until 11 o'clock to midnight. And pretty much once I'm done creating said video, that's when I head back to the couch and decide that it is now time to loop the process. So let's keep going.
The combination of tobacco and marijuana is wonderful.
Oh, Joe Rogan, look what you did. Don't worry, the stock turned out okay though. So that pretty much sums it up. I know that is not the majority of today's vlog. Maybe it is, I don't know. But the point I'm trying to get across is married life has provided a whole lot of structure. And no, it's not just because my wife Louise cracks the whip and we all have to work this way. It's because when you coexist with someone that closely, you know, you're not only sharing a room with them, you know, you're sharing your life with them. And you want to make sure that because you love them so much and you love spending time with them, that there's lots of time in the day for you to make for each other. Something that I think I easily take for granted with my wife is the fact that we get to line up our schedules because I get to choose my own, and that means that the time she gets to take off, I pretty much get to take off. So on the days that my wife is not working, which currently is Sundays and Mondays, I like to take those off too. There's occasional days where I'm able to make 1 or maybe 2 videos, but I try to keep it down low on the minimal side of work because this may sound kind of selfish, but I think we have a very unique and rare opportunity in our marriage to make sure that we spend enough time together so we don't feel like we have to compete with each other, where I have to work at certain times and she has to work in certain times, and that results in long amounts of periods where either of us are not getting to spend time with each other, and that can result in conflict or feeling neglected or lonely or not really sympathizing with each other's work. So given you guys saw what my typical workday looks like right now, and I hopefully just gave you a taste of what my old bachelor work life used to be like, I hope you guys know that while one may seem way more freeing or way more casual or maybe more irresponsible, I do definitely prefer the structure. It feels like there's definite work time and off time, and that's more relaxing to my mind to know when it's a time of day where I'm supposed to be working and there's a time of day where I'm not supposed to be working. And the schedule I pitched you today was pretty accurate throughout not just the old office days, but also the attic days as well. There was a brief time where I was working at YouTube full time. I quit my job at the Mandarin Ranch and I was just, you know, working from home, and that's pretty much what I would do. I would stay up super late watching videos, wake up super late, and occasionally make a couple vids in there, eat a bunch of junk food, and now we're eating healthier. We're not eating out as much. We're doing some better food budgeting, and we're making sure I eat healthier, and there's also plenty of time in the day to work out a little bit, go on walks, do some push-ups. I try to make time for that each day because of an old expression my dad taught me that has stuck with me throughout this time, which is early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy and wise, and that can apply to anyone. It's not just guys. But anyway, he instituted that onto to me, and I felt like I was not living that out in my bachelor lifestyle. But once you kind of fixate your schedule around someone else and you realize that, you know, my poor choices or my poor diet habits are not just affecting me because, okay, I gain a little weight. I don't care. I can live with that. But you also want to be good and look good for your partner, and you want to know that you're putting in time for yourself and you know how to maintain your habits to be healthy and responsible so that they can appreciate the time you spend away from each other. So I appreciate the time my wife goes to work, and she appreciates the time I'm productive and get stuff done when I'm here working. So if the purpose of the vlog was to give you an insight on my daily schedule, then I think the last two have given you plenty of insight on what used to be and what is now. Couldn't be happier about being married. There's so many perks to it. I love that we get to spend so much time together. I love that I don't have to be alone too much of the day, except right now. I think this house is haunted. And we get to work together collectively as a team between finances, and you can save a lot that way. And also, you know, having two people work towards one goal, you can get to places you never thought you would get a lot faster when you're working together as a team and you understand each other's values and responsibilities. And that's what I love about being married, and that's why I don't miss my old bachelor schedule. But I didn't really get a bachelor party before we got married, but I've often referred to those last couple of years of bachelor life as, you know, super extended bachelor parties that I got to go crazy in, but it wasn't good for my sleep schedule or my diet, so I'm glad I'm not doing that anymore. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you have an excellent day. Take care.